Hello guys. So right now let's open the map and see what other options we have in the map for the organization account that doesn't exist in the ArcGIS public account. So here you have the same exact things you have in the public account, but you will see that you have an option here, analysis, and here we have another option that is directions. So let's add some layers and see how can we use it. So let's search for layers in our content and let's add the intersections in Georgia. And we will see we have some intersection points that we used before in ArcGIS Pro course that we have right here on the map. And now let's go back to our details, to the content, and here you have the same exact options you have with the public account, but you have here one more option that you can perform analysis on this specific layer. So here you have the analysis tab. You can open it and see what analysis options you have. You have so many options that you can use. So for example, let's use one of them right now, and for example, let's create a buffer for our points. So you can click on buffer and you will enter what layer you want to use from the content you have. We have only the intersections, and enter the buffer size. We will add a distance, and the buffer distance we can make it 250 feet. And here you have some more options if you want to your buffers to overlap or dissolve. So if two buffers touch each other, you want them to overlap or connect to each other, so we will keep it overlap. And here you define the name for your buffer layer and where you want to save your results, which folder you want to save your results. Here you will see all the folders you have in your content. Use current map extent. This option will apply the buffer to the points on the map extent. If you want to do it for all the points, you just deselect this one. And here show credits will show you how many credits will be used or taken from your account in order to run this analysis. So if you don't know how credits work, I will make a separate video for the credits, but I want you to know that any kind of analysis is consuming credits, and any data you upload to your organization account, it consumes some space on the server, so Esri charge you for credits for that. And after your credits run, you can buy more credits. I think it costs $100 to buy 1,000 credit, and 1,000 credit can last long time with you. Depends on how many data you have and how many analysis or network analysis you do. So remember that every time you do an analysis or every time you upload more data, you will consume more credits. So here it shows you how many credits is required to perform this analysis. So let's close it and run the analysis. Will run the analysis and it will add our buffer layer right here, and you will see that our buffers will show on the map. And after it's added, you can save this specific layer as a feature layer on your content, and also you can perform analysis on this one as well. So after it finish, it might take a few seconds. So now it's done, and as you see here, we have our buffer around each point, and we can work on this layer as a separate polygon layer. And after you create your analysis layer, you will see that you have here another option, say rerun analysis. So you can, if you made any changes to the points layer, maybe you added another points, you added more intersections, you can come here and say rerun the analysis, so you can create buffers for the new points. And as I told you, this layer automatically saved as a feature layer inside your content. So if we go to the content window, you will see that we have a new layer called buffer of intersections, and it's type polygon, and it's saved as feature layer inside Atlanta folder in our content. So this is how you can perform analysis. And also one of the things that you need to know, that if you have ArcGIS Enterprise and it's hosted on your servers, you can create analysis on ArcGIS Pro or ArcGIS Desktop and upload it to your ArcGIS Enterprise as analysis service. So here Esri give you like one of the most common analysis tools, and there's so many different analysis tools right here. But if you want to create your own analysis tool, you can create it on ArcGIS Desktop or ArcGIS Pro and publish it as a geoprocessing tool to your enterprise account. But we cannot do this with the organization account because the organization account is hosted on Esri servers, so they don't allow you to do that. But you can do that on your ArcGIS server enterprise when it's hosted on your servers, because that means you have your own ArcGIS server and you can upload any geoprocessing service or anything you have that you want to upload. And that means that you can add your geoprocessing service to your ArcGIS Online. So I will show you that right now. So if I open ArcGIS Pro, you will see that if you go to share, you have the option to share your geoprocessing, like here for example web tool. You can share web tool and you can choose any geoprocessing tool that you used earlier. So for example, let's use this one, layer to KML, and I say OK. It will give me an error say that I cannot publish it because this is not an enterprise account. So here cannot share web tool to ArcGIS Online. So because I log in here with my organization account, you will not be able to publish any geoprocessing service. But if you have an enterprise account and it's hosted on your server or your organization server, and you log in here with your enterprise portal account, you will be able to publish this service to your enterprise. Also, the other thing is, remember when we created locator in ArcGIS Pro, we can publish the locator and we can use it as a geocoding service on our enterprise account, but it doesn't work with ArcGIS Online organization account. So as you see here in this message, it say you must sign in with an ArcGIS enterprise account version 10.5 or later that has publisher or administrator privilege. So you can only publish geoprocessing service, or you can publish a locator using ArcGIS Enterprise. So let's go back to our organization account. And if you have enterprise account and you publish any geoprocessing tool, you will be able to see it right here. So that's it for the analysis. Let's go back to our content and open the directions. You can open the directions from here, so you can do routing using ArcGIS Online network analysis service, or you can go to any layer and say use these points as our points for the routing. So for example, if you have points for delivery and you have a layer for these points and you want to find the best route to do this delivery, you can add this layer to your map and then go to route to all features, and it will automatically add stop points for each point, and then you can perform your routing by click on get directions, and you will see here that it created a route between all the points. You can reorder the points by coming here and hold it up and down and move your points however you want. So it will create another route based on the reorder you created. Here you can define if you want to get drive time, you want a walking distance or walking time, truck driving time. So here you have the options, very similar to how Google Maps or Google Navigation or Apple Navigation works. You add your points from where to where, and you define if you want to see the distance walking or by car or by driving. So this is how you can perform routing on any of the layers you have. So let's go back here and hide this layer, and we will create a direction and routing for some of the points that we will add to the map. So for example, if I want to see the routing between two different cities or two different addresses, you can click on direction and you search for the first place you want to go. So here I will say Costa Mesa, California, and here I will say Atlanta, Georgia. And once I click get directions, it will show me the direction I need to take and how long it will take me and what is the route I need to take to go from Costa Mesa to Atlanta, Georgia. And here it shows me the route. So you can search here for any place, you can search for a city, you can search for an address. It's totally up to you. Also, you can come here and remove this one and say I want to add my first point to be on this location right here. It will add it to the map and it will create a routing between the point you clicked on the map and the point you have right here, which is Atlanta. The second option here we have is to add stop points or add barrier. So if you want to add barriers, you can click on this one. You can add your barrier as a line, or you can add it as a polygon. When you add your barriers, you will see that it will reroute and go in another direction that goes around this barrier. So here you can add your stops, and here you can add your barriers. And if you want to add more points, you can add as many points as you want by clicking on this add right here. And if you work on a tablet or you work on a laptop, or even if you work on your phone and you want to get the GPS location, so you maybe need to do a routing from your location to somewhere else, you can click on this icon right here. So it will ask you, do you want to allow find your location? You can say yes, allow, and it will find your location. So this is my location here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I can delete this one, and I say if I want to go back to California, how long it will take me if I use driving. And then the next option here, you can change if you want to see it using driving or walking, or using driving through rural areas, or maybe truck time. So it's up to you to change how you want to see your routing and how you want to define your routing from here. And then here we have if you want to add the option to leave now, or you want to add a specific time to leave. And when you use any of these options, your route will be applied towards the traffic information. So if you leave right now, it shows you how long it will take and which direction you should take based on the current traffic information. But if you change the depart time to change it maybe next week at a certain time, it will tell you if there is any delay in the direction because of traffic or not. Here you can clear all your points, and here you have some more options to, for example, say I want to go from point A to B and then return back again. So it will show you the round trip routing for your points, and here you can show the traffic if you want to show the traffic. And here we have the option to save it as a layer. So this is the routing we have. So we have it right now as a temporary layer on our map, but we can save it as a routing layer. And here you define the name for your routing layer and you say where you want to save it. So I can save it in the route folder and I will say save. And this layer, we can use it in ArcGIS Navigator application. So when you log into your organization using the ArcGIS Navigator application, you will be able to see this layer as a routing layer, and it will look like that. This is the icon for the route layer, and this is the one we just created right now. And when you open it and see the details, you will see that you have the option to open it in ArcGIS Navigator using this link right here. So if you have ArcGIS Navigator, you can log into the organization and open the layer and use the Navigator, or I can send you this URL and you can just open it on your phone, and once you click on this URL on your phone, it will open the ArcGIS Navigator app if you have it on your phone, and it will show you the directions that you should take based on this route right here. And here you have the option to print the directions. So here it will show you the map and the route you should take and how long it will take and the stops and the turns you should take to go to your points. So you can print this one and take it with you as a paper, so you can use it as Navigator if you don't have a Navigator on your phone. I don't think anyone use a print map anymore right now, but just if you want to print it as a PDF, you want to add it to any of your presentations, you want to send it to anyone, you have the option here to print this route. And here, because we saved our layer, you can click on share the route, and when you click on it, it will open the item details window, and you can take this URL and send it as I told you earlier. And here it shows you the steps for your navigation, and you can click on any one of them. It will show you where this point is at or where exactly is this turn. So that's it for what is the difference between the map in ArcGIS organization account and ArcGIS Online public account. One of the other options here we have is because this is a feature layer that saved as a hosted layer. So if we go to the content here, you will see that we have this layer as a feature layer hosted. So that means we have our layer actually saved on ArcGIS server on Esri servers, and we can use it as a hosted service layer. And when you open the item details for this specific layer, you will see that you have the URL here that this layer is hosted on a feature server on ArcGIS server. So that means it's a hosted layer, and you can enable or disable editing from your map. So if we go to back to the map here and I open the properties and I open the options for this layer, you will see here that you have the option to disable the editing. So because we published this layer from ArcGIS Pro to our organization account and we enable editing for this layer, so right now you can edit this layer on your map or using ArcGIS Collector. If you want to disable the editing, so no one can edit this layer, you can disable or enable it from here, but this option only available for the hosted feature layers, and this only available for ArcGIS Online organization account. So you cannot have a hosted layer on ArcGIS public account, but you can have it on organization account. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and in the next video we will see what other options we have that doesn't exist in ArcGIS Online public account. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.